Alright, hello everyone and welcome to another stream. I hope that you can see me, hear me, and that everything is fine. So this is going to be the third episode of the new D6 series where I'm playing it in casual games, trying to make it instructive. So yeah, without further ado, it's time to start. I've changed the setup since last week because some of the viewers have requested that I show names, ratings, and so on. So I'll try one episode like this. We'll see how it goes. It should not make too much of a difference, honestly, as long as you're focused solely on play and on learning about the lines. And already there's a problem. No opponents. That's interesting. Haven't even put a rating cap. Okay. Let's get to business. And we have the English rat in game 1, which I'm always very happy to see. Because I just think it's not that creative an opening for white, and that there is a lot of potential in black's position. Okay, so my opponent goes for f3. This move, if I remember correctly, is immediately quite good for black, because you get this tempo and you get knight f3, and simply this f3 it weakens the position even further. And for example, if you played bishop g5 and d3 without f3, you would have one last problem to think about. Okay, now my opponent wants to take, so I guess I should play d5. It's not the only move. We can go h6 as well, takes fe4 and just play for counterplay. It's not dumb. I actually kind of even preferred this now. My opponent, that's why he goes knight f4, not taking. Now, okay, I can maybe take. c5 is what I want to do strategically, but it gives up this important square. e3. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna castle and play for development. And for example, after fe, knight e, there is bishop h4. That's why my opponent goes for g3, I guess. Queen b6 is also always an idea in the structure if f3 is played. Maybe I could have done it immediately as well. I kind of forgot about it. It's not something to write home about, that's for sure. Forgetting about a typical idea, but it's morning. It's first game. I just came back from Bundesliga playing over the board, so forgive me. Okay, let's attack the knight. Queen c1 is a possibility, but now I guess I should take f3. Like, this seems really good with g5, g4 looming. g5, knight h5, g4, h3. No, I think this needs to stay alive, no? Because knight g6, I move the rook, and then this knight will get trapped. And yeah, otherwise, when I get g4, this will stay alive. And even though I lack development, and that's not great, I don't think without the queens it's going to be too much of a problem. I just need to reroute the knight to e4 somehow. Okay, my opponent actually allows me to keep the bishop, which I will definitely do. This should help me. And why rook b1? Okay, what's the point? Okay, I cannot develop the bishop, true. Guess I will just start trading some pieces and then later on develop. H4, I forgot about h4 because now I don't want to take gh3 and I have to go back. It doesn't change the structure all that much, even though I forgot about that move completely. Now I can again go for this. Or I can go for knight f6, which I actually prefer knight f6. If takes, then bishop d4 is an enormous threat. Knight f4 is better, but now I guess I take, or I go bishop b6. I'm actually gonna go bishop b6. Hello to Branko. Hello from Turkey. Or Turkey. How do you say merhaba? Is that how you say it in Turkish? Okay, I'll take this. Rook e8, I guess, because now the pin is very, very problematic, I think, because bishop f5 is a threat and d5 is a threat, and then the king cannot really go to any other squares. And yeah, I think this should seal the game, but of course, splits can get flagged and so on. So I learned not to put results in before the final whistle, to use that term. Okay, this one I'll take. Okay, the check looks like it should only help me, because now this is not even defended once. So let's start taking stuff. Take this, rook e3. Yeah. Okay. I guess this is the best. I can also take and take. No, I should have taken and taken g3. Yeah, but okay, this is fine as well. Let's take it. Now let's push the pawns, I guess. And g3, g2, g1 should be enough. Okay. How do you know? I mean, I know basics. It's just basics. Basics I know in many languages. Anyway, so as we have said, I'm not sure if f3 is covered in the course. I think it is, or maybe just in the clickable line. You can of course use the chessable command if you're not familiar with the course or what's the speedrun, not the speedrun, what this whole series is about. So yeah, bishop e7, knight f6. I remember that this is the strongest option. Bishop g5. Now I wasn't sure what to do here. Let's see what the engine says. It wants to castle and just e3, queen e8, but h6. It's like, what I liked about this move, it forces my opponent to make a decision. If he goes to h4, for example, then I would go g5, and then this knight cannot go to f4 or to f2. And if my opponent goes here, why did they go to g5? So basically they have to take, and now I have quite nice dark squared controls. Dark squared control, and this is why I liked it quite a lot. Okay, my opponent maybe should play this, and then, okay, bishop e6 maybe loses a tempo. So I guess I should just castle, knight f4, bishop g5. Yeah, okay, it's a fight. But okay, alternatively, I guess I could have castled as well. Maybe d5 even comes to consideration. But yeah, d5 usually you don't want to play too early because of knight f4, queen b3 ideas. So yeah, let's see what happened later on. Castles, yeah, g3 I feel is like a complete waste of time. Honestly, now after queen b6 it's a double attack, and okay, could have gone queen b6 before, but I just forgot about it. So of course now it's even better because I played a useful move castles and my opponent played g3, which makes no sense. I mean, it makes some sense, but you need to develop the pieces before making such pawn moves. And yeah, this one I don't think. Oh, g4 is a mistake? Really? Bishop h8. Like, it's logical not to give up a pawn, right? g4. And now the engine just says this is quite fine. I thought that I'm basically winning here. Oh, you'll even learn. Apparently knight e4, rook h4, there is counterplay. Yeah, now when the bishop was preserved, I think yeah, knight f6, that was a good tactical. It wasn't that hard of a tactical point, but it was still a nice one. And okay, later on. Okay. At first I forgot that I have knight g3. So. And of course then the engine comes, says king f6 is best because it threatens mate. Okay, fun moment. Let's keep going. That was game 1. Do I play chess.com? I closed my account on chess.com some time ago, a year or a bit more. It was bringing me too many negative emotions, even though I had some decent results in Title Tuesdays and so on. But yeah, if fair play system gets better, or checks or control, then I will come back and reopen the account. And yeah, I don't miss Title Tuesdays in chess.com, but I would like to play chess 960. Okay, now we have kind of a King's Indian attack, transposing. When I'm playing 1d3, this has happened several times before, and usually my opponents were not that familiar, honestly. Let's take on d5. This is a sideline. After a4, b4, d4. Now the point is, after c4, knight e5 is already winning for white, and you're going to see why. Because if bishop b7, then I can take c4. This is the point, and if takes here, knight c4 works again. So basically I'm winning after 12 moves because my opponent was not familiar with this idea. You should go either bishop g4, which I played with black once, or cd, which is also possible. And yeah, now it's very hard already. Hello to Mircea! Welcome. Hope you're doing great. How was the Bundesliga? I mean, I lost the first game against Mamedyarov, then I drew against Erigaisi, and I beat Warmerdam. But more important than my personal result was that we stayed in the first Bundesliga for one more year. We didn't relegate, and I'm very glad about that. Yeah, so DC, usually they take like this, and then they go bishop f5, searching for a counterplay this way. Then, if I remember correctly, knight c6 is the winning move. Knight e6 I haven't seen before. I mean, knight c6 looks way too logical, right? Now I guess I should take. It's not the only move though. Bishop d5. I don't want to give up this bishop. I mean, just taking is positionally really good. So I'll play it, I guess. Very interesting. And I can also maybe play bishop g5. Like dc4, there is this, and knight g5, there is this. Bishop f4 as well. Knight e3 is like very logical. I want to go to f5. I also want to take. With bishop g5, yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen this reply yet. So it's good that I also learned something new. Okay, let's go bishop g5 actually. First. Maybe I'll put the bishop even on h4 next move. Or bishop b7, then maybe I can go knight a5 just to take the bishop pair. We'll see. Yeah, maybe I'll do some videos of game analysis where I will show how I played this 1d6 against international masters, normal GMs and super GMs, so that you see their rising positions, how they prepare for it, which lines they choose, and so on. Okay, now I guess taking is logical because this one hangs. Do I have any better options? Probably not, but I don't think I need better options. I can just take, put the queen here, go rook d1, just put all the pieces to play. He cannot move this bishop, so I can take it next move. If he moves it, then there is knight c6. Bishop h3 is also a move. Rook d1 is the most logical by far, because now I can take d5. Now bishop a8 is a possible problem, so I guess it's time to start taking, but even more importantly than taking, bishop e4 comes. This is more important than taking, I think. Bishop e4, and then checkmate is hanging, knight g5, I guess bishop d3, so, okay, wait. Bishop d3, there is queen b7. f4. Knight f3, king f2. Rook d3. Can't say I'm too thrilled with that. What's the alternative? Taking. Rook d1. Wait, did I mess up something? Probably not, but I need to be a bit careful. Okay, let's just go back for losing time. This could happen. Take this to defend the stuff, and then I'll chase the knight away. It's not the most precise what I'm doing, but it's still completely winning. Let's go to f3, I guess. Hit something. Solidify a bit. Check. Oof, cannot do that. Go to e7, check, then okay, takes. Okay, this game was relatively smooth, I guess. The problems started after the opening, because although objectively this line is equal, there are still some strategical points for white, and yeah, 96, 96, so yeah, bishop g5 was best. No, knight f3 was better. But bishop g5 also makes sense. Yeah, it's just collapses, but it just brought all of my pieces into play, but oh, bishop h7 was working. How? Take? Bishop f5, king g7? Ah, queen, yeah, queen d1. Somehow I forgot I can take with the queen. I was a bit afraid of rook takes and then queen b7. Which doesn't even work. Okay. Yeah, later it was, I think, all relatively clean. Maybe it wasn't, surely not the most precise, but yeah. This one I just would go to not to h1, to f1, because it's important only that I don't go to g2 and plunder this with a check, but if I go to f1 then I defend f2 and it's all good. And then it's actually very funny that if I go to h1 I actually lose, even though I can take the full rook or even include queen f6, but this square is covered and this square is covered and cannot defend or give another check. Okay. That's game 2. So far, so good. Hello to Matachaban. Why not bishop h7? The queen has to move. Yeah, it worked. I just didn't. Yeah, it worked, but I didn't see the continuation of. Miscalculated the continuation of bishop f5. I was looking at stuff like bishop d3 and rook d1, and then I was afraid of queen d7, you see. And then there's like something, and bishop e4, if I go, then I will lose this bishop. And bishop f5, I thought, yeah, I mean, I think I explained, right? Then queen d7, I miscalculated because there is bishop c8 with a tempo, and I actually win, which I didn't see. Let's keep going. These sessions usually, I've said I'll do 10 to 20 games per session. I think the last one had, I think the last session had 15 games or so. So we'll see how today, it depends on how I feel, honestly, how I feel, how much energy I have, the opponents and so on, and the lines as well. I'm getting some nonsense lines, then it's also like, okay, this is the reverse Reti, which I've had a million times before, with h3, bishop e3. This is also the setup we use with black. We use with black, and yeah, d4 was the move here, right? After knight d7, because then you control the center and the squares. And I've had some game in the d6 speedrun where they took twice and then went knight b4, and then I got crushed immediately. Or maybe it was even b5? Is that any good? Honestly, I don't think so. So the logical move is to take and go here. Knight d4. Now I guess I should take. This is a problem. Alternatively, I can go rook c1, it's probably also good. I'm tempted to take and go bishop f4. My opponent can go knight e5, and then I go... I like this, actually. I want to say I go queen g3, but maybe queen g3 is not ideal. Maybe I should go knight c4. d3 I don't believe in. Okay, wait, knight c4, bishop b8, knight e3. It's at least fine, but if I go queen g3, put more pressure, then I like to wait one more piece, no? And then I can choose whether to go knight c4 next move or not. So I guess this should be best. But I'm not sure, like... It's hard to make the games instructive and play fast, so... Play Puzzle Racer? No, this is... Okay, maybe when the stream ends, I can do this once or twice for fun. Streamer game? Ah yeah, my opponent is streaming. I don't know who they are, but... International Master, surely a good player. If they're streaming, shout out to them. Okay, rook b2. I did see this move. So logically, some logic tells me to take the knight and then just have this center. So after rook d2, maybe I can go bishop b5 then or something. Do I have any other options? Rook b1, get rid of the rook. Rook k8 is an option, but I'm so slow, just because I'm trying to think for so long, and that should just backfire in the end. So let's take this. See where it leads me. Take. And I wanted to go here. Not sure if it's best, but I wanted to go here to stop rook e8, and also maybe to support d6, d7. Queen d6 I'm not that scared. I think I'll just go here, d3, king h1. I don't think there is any real counterplay. And yeah, the d4 pawn could also be weak, I guess, if not defended correctly. Queen d4. So for example, if I go rook d1 now. And there is bishop a6 in the end. Okay. And e5. Then there is... Okay, I'll go e5. I'm not sure. I have 41 seconds. Have to speed up. e6 could be a problem with queen c7 incoming. I also need to be careful. For example, bishop f5 I cannot take because a1 is hanging. So there are also things to be wary about. This one I planned e6, but can't say I'm that sure. Queen c7 looks like a problem though. So wait, queen c7. How did I actually defend? There is queen a1. I didn't see queen a1. Maybe I have rook a1, rook e1, king h2. Oh, I have queen e5 in the end. Oof. This is very lucky. This is very lucky. I didn't see this. This is very lucky. No, I just didn't see this, but yeah, somehow the tactics worked for me. Okay, it's hard for me to actually calculate tactics, even though I'm supposed to be good in it. It's hard to calculate quickly all the tactics and accurately. Hello to Thomas A. It's Mark Esserman. Yeah, I've heard the name before, but I'm not that much into online chess and streaming these days, or for about a year. Okay, so we had this system many times before. d4, white is a bit better, but yeah, e5, yeah, it doesn't feel right, but there is a point, because now knight c2 is a problem, knight c5 is coming. But I do get this passed pawn on d5, so takes, bishop f4 was logical. And knight c4, queen g3 was fine. It's logical to take. Rook b1, how's rook b1? Still better, but I thought rook e8 actually. It's still better, probably because this pawn in the end remains a weakness and my d5 pawn is protected. But taking was logical, bishop b5 was also good. Bishop c6 is wrong. So queen f4 first. And what's the big difference? Rook e2. Rook e2? And the point is... what exactly? I go e5 again, d3. This is hard tactics. It's hard to understand all of this even in a classical game, and much less in a blitz game. This was fine for black, apparently. Bishop a6. Don't you love the engines? Like everything's burning here, and then the engine goes bishop a6, letting everything burning. So e7 is a possibility, rook f7 is a possibility, and somehow black is better. Oh wow. So for example, this one takes bishop f1. Have to go rook d1 apparently. And rook f7, queen a7, king h6, and the engine it just says king h5, no harm done, no problem. And I lose. What's even the move here? Rook a d1 first. Yeah. But this was just lucky because I didn't see. I actually thought I had to go e7, then fight on with queen e5, but I have queen e5 fortunately immediately. Okay, interesting game, that's for sure. Hello to Philidor. Good game. I mean, it was definitely an interesting game, and a fun one, but objectively, maybe it was even good objectively, but okay, that was game 3, right? I'm always getting whites. Supposed to be showing you the black repertoire 1d6, and then I'm getting 10 whites in a row. So I have to go for d3, which can sometimes be similar, sometimes not. For example, now we're going to get the London reversed, and against the London I can definitely show the line which we've given with black in the course, with this and e4. So I only have one tempo up, but you get the same structure, the same ideas, the same positions, so that's good. But sometimes you cannot really get the same thing. And then I'm like, the white games sometimes feel, okay, you still got some ideas, but it's okay. Anyway, 1d3 is not something, okay, I do it sometimes, even in classical games, but it's not really something, 1d6 is more important, of course, with black. Okay, b5. This weakens the square, so now I can go knight d4, queen b6. Wait, how does this actually work? Queen b6, I take ab, I take here, knight takes, bishop takes, this hangs in the end. No? This is a normal trick from this London systems, because like usually it's reversed, but doesn't matter. I take, this stuff hangs. Now, okay, now I have a pleasant choice. d6 takes and take here. This stuff also hangs. Need to be a bit careful, of course. Okay, f7, rook f7. It feels like I'm giving time to my opponent. The normal move is knight f3, then fe. Unfortunately, e7 doesn't work. It would be so nice if it worked. Okay, maybe it's not as clear as I thought it is. I wouldn't be surprised, to be perfectly honest. Okay, let's go here. Now I'm allowing this, but didn't see any other options at this point. And now not only that, but e5 is a problem. Guess I have to do this, and then I get the f5 square, which is not ideal, but and now some hard tactics will arise. Maybe I'm even not doing well anymore. f2 is hanging. So many things are hanging. I need 1 hour for this position. Come on. What's this? If I take, I don't know. I have to play it before I lose in time. I'm hoping for knight g3, bishop e6. It's not like I haven't calculated anything, but definitely I haven't calculated enough, that's for sure. king h8, there's this, and it's a check, so they have to take, I think, but now I take, and this knight is hanging as well. The engine's gonna say that I made 5 blunders in this game, that's for sure. Okay, takes. My queen was hanging, so I have to trade the queens. Then this is hanging now, the rook is hanging, which is important. f3 is also hanging, that's a slight problem. So, rook f3. I mean, I can take this one, then I'm exchange upright. Rook g3, king h2. That looks best. Knight c5 alternatively. Knight c5 actually works, because here there is this. The rook is hanging. And knight f1, I take this one. And now, I guess I go here. Maybe rook d1, or maybe rook a5 is better. Because rook a5... No, I have this one now as well. This is a check and I take the knight. Okay. So this system, even with the tempo down, is actually quite good against the London, because you get a big fighting position, not what the London players want, not the dry positional approach, but you get this position where pieces are all the pieces are on the board, and it's a big fight. And note that you should never take, because if you take, you can give up the c4 square, and then you get e5, knight c4, knight d6, and so on. So this was alright, but now, okay, b5. Yeah, usually they go some knight t8 or knight t1 if they're white, and then bishop f6. But yeah, b5 and knight d4. So this was fine. Bishop c3. The engine has gone wrong, or what? And now e7. Okay. I'll learn a lot of new tactical ideas during this during this series. Knight to f3. 2 question marks. Not only 1, but 2. But ef7 is not better either, that I'm sure of. This one, maybe just like this, and then to retreat. But it's not logical to retreat. e4 takes. Oh yeah, the engine, well, obviously, rook e7. You just defend the rook, no threats, and then you keep all the threats. Knight g3, I was hoping for this one. Okay. I actually saw this correctly, but rook e7, just black is a bit better. I guess I have to go here. Then... No, the engine wants rook ad1. Obviously. Yeah, obviously. And then here, yeah, it was. I think both are winning hg and knight c5, so, but this one looked cleaner, so I did that one. Okay, that was game what? Game 4. Let's keep going. Hello to Axie Steve. Hello. Mostly made up. Yeah, that was probably a good game. Cool tactics, definitely. This is why I love chess. Like to play, because of the tactical ideas and fun. This is why you sometimes see me play King's Gambit over the board and so on. Okay, I'll play a5. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, but you can include it as well. And now we got basically the same thing we got against this Mark guy, but reversed. c5. Interesting. So the first thing I'm looking at is takes knight e5, queen d4, double attack, but there's knight g6. Then this is hanging, but you can take queen c3, knight d7, king f7, the knight is trapped. Still I have to go king e7, I don't like it. So alternatively I can develop. I can also go, okay, e4 always allows knight d4, so never go e4, even if you have d5, never go e4 in this structure. Knight d5 is maybe an option, but okay. Guess I should just develop my last pieces and not overthink. b5, I guess I should go c5. Sees more space, because like otherwise I'll just be left with a weakness. How many years do I play? I mean, I'm playing since I was... I know the rules for like 20 years. My first tournament I played when I was 6. Now I'm 24. So, do the math. Poof. Okay, I'll go g5. Not sure if it's best, but this is a bit annoying, this knight g6 ideas with f4 and so on. I want the knight to go back, and then I guess I'll just finish the development with this. I'm not sure if I should play b6 or knight b6, honestly. And where my play is supposed to be. I guess I'm supposed to push c4 at some point, and for that I would need the knight on b6. d4. This cannot possibly be any good. e4, knight e1 or what? I don't understand really. Oh, there was dc5 and followed by knight d4, which I didn't have to allow. And this is what I hoped for. Oh, actually there's bishop c4. I didn't see this. Now probably knight d5 first. Now there are some threats. Okay, not really yet, because there is this. Okay, now I'll take, no? Ah, but takes allows queen b3. And then maybe I'll just bring the last piece into play. And also rook c8 next. Okay, now I'll take, I guess. Now there is no more queen b3. Oh wait, I only have 46 seconds. Okay. Ah, you're 24 too? Okay, fair enough. But we haven't lost anything. Like today there is a lot of information available, and you can improve quite quickly, honestly, compared to my time. So now the rooks are hanging. Let's go here. Take some more material. Let's take on t4. Allowing some nonsense, but this was not a good move. If I get in g4, then I'm winning, but to get it in first. Now I guess I will get it. Bishop c4, I'll go there. The queen is... If he trades the queens, then I'll go e3, that's winning. Still need to be in time, which I don't promise I'll be. But I've spent so much time in the opening trying to understand... not understand, but to explain. Okay, let's go here. Could have traded as well. Okay, I guess now I'll trade, and it should be relatively easy to win the pawn endgame. I'm making a mess out of even this, but it's too easy, I guess. This one is, I guess, too easy to screw up. Okay, so the good thing is you're 2100 now, which is an amazing progress. Congratulations in 2 or 3 years of playing. If you've only started in now 2100. Yes, so after this position, I'm not sure if Mircea the best is still here. Mircea, if you're here, have we covered c5? I don't think so. I think we only got b5. Oh, knight d5 first. But knight d7 is also fine. Apparently there was bishop h3, which I haven't considered at all, so I had to go queen c8, so after bishop h3 I have knight b6. Wow. And the engine wants knight d5 again. Okay, I would never, ever play this. But yeah, after bishop h3 maybe it's even quite uncomfortable, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do. We go knight g4, there is 4. I wanted to say there is f3, which is also fine. Yeah, and here I was actually happy with my position. The engine says I'm worse. So, yeah. This here, I just completely forgot that my opponent can go to d4. Like, so there is absolutely no need for this. I can change the move order and all good. But no, I have to play e4 first and give him an additional option. Why? And okay, I guess the rest was clean, but okay, he helped me here with this tactic with queen d2. I was expecting something like knight e3 here, because then I have to take the knight d5, but at least he has some counterplay. I'm not sure how much counterplay. This is what I expected. And yeah, queen d2 just allows this nice tactic, and yeah, later it collapsed. It was probably all fine what I played. Okay, that was game 5. Now I get white again. I never played over the board chess, there is time. Okay, let's go e4 for the reversed Philidor. Let's go here, d5, knight d2. So if you like the Philidor, you definitely have to like the reversed Philidor. Now your tempo up. I can go knight c4, follow bishop g5. All of this we have in the course with the tempo down. So what's not to like? Really? Knight e8. Okay, I'll just play normal stuff. c3, bishop back. And now at some point I should try to play t4 to open everything up with my opponent's king a bit exposed. And that moment could be even now, or I can take first on c5. Also, these ideas, which are quite common for the Philidor, exist even here. Kind of like takes d4 followed by d5. You can also take with the knight, but I want actually to take with the pawn, even though this knight is a bit dumb here. When I play d5 it will go to d4. And now let's say rook c1. This is nicely covered. He'll have some blockade after knight d6, I agree, but c7 is quite loose. And I like my position honestly quite a lot. Okay, challenging this knight. Honestly, I'm not sure that this is even bad if I take fe and go here. Alternatively, I can take knight d4 here, bishop f3. I can do this, right? Bishop e4, there is this, queen d5. No, queen d5, bishop f3, there is bishop e4, which I didn't see. And still not worse, surely. And bishop c4. And just queen d7, right? Okay, then I have to just play for the initiative with knight d6 and so on. I guess here takes, rook f7, knight d8 is good, and then knight b7. Here. Or rook g8, rook d7, which is of course... You can also go knight d8 again, threatening a smothered mate, but there's knight d6, rook d6, rook d8. Okay, now I'll just go rook d7, which I originally planned anyway. I don't know the film from my opponent's username is, sorry. Let's go h4, you need to look for the king, and also after h5 these ideas can exist, because I don't necessarily want to trade off my great knight for this horrible knight, just to get one pawn. I can for example go knight f4, because I'm not sure if my opponent ever moves the knight I'll start taking. Maybe he should still do this. Isn't there something here? Knight is maybe there is not. Why is there no win here? It's a bit annoying. He wants to go rook d6, I'm gonna go here, knight d6 and take. And again I have to speed up, because if I don't, I'll lose on time. Now I want to double the rooks and play knight h5 next. Or trade? Should I trade maybe? I want to trade my rook. My rooks are more active. Knight g4 will threaten checkmate, true, but I'll go g3 and I don't think it's too much of a problem. Or here, king g3, this is also fine. If I get in f3, it's even better. Rook c2, I go king g3, then I go f3, now I'm completely safe, I think. Now I will go knight h5 next. No, I should not take, probably. Oh, only 18 seconds. Let's go away from forks. Knight f6 is a threat, hopefully. Now, how did I manage to mess this up? And my opponent blundered stuff? There is no need to blunder. He was winning very easily. I'll show you how. After a great game, the time scramble almost costed me the game, but now it's fine. So the problem was here after this. I just didn't see, like, he can take first and then go here, and yeah, just probably lost for me. I don't know how to go g3 or something. I think I played that quite well up to a point, and then time scramble I blundered everything. So bishop here. d4 was better immediately, but I somehow wanted to exchange the bishops because I thought that after d4 takes, this bishop, if it goes anywhere, e7, a7, doesn't matter, this bishop will be a bit passive, and that's why it's logical for me to trade them off first and then go d4. Yeah, this was all very good with the passive knights. Knight f5 was good. Yeah, I guess I should just play some move like queen d2, queen somewhere, and then take like this. This is probably not bad. And this I just miscalculated because I thought that the only square is this, and then I go rook e1, then I win. Or queen d7, then I can take d7. But I forgot about bishop e4, and then yeah, okay, it was still fine, but yeah. This was, I think, all fine, and now if I take, I'm surely winning. Like, it has to be winning. The rook e6 or... This is not so clean, right? Or what? Knight f5, g3? Rook d1, rook d2. Okay, there is some counterplay, fair enough. But keeping the rooks was probably fine as well. Rook b6. I didn't even see that I can make the pin, because the pin is so uncomfortable. Now I'll just go b3 next. I'll trade off and collect everything. But okay, I had 20 seconds, so I just cannot play all that well. And here I blundered. Instead of going to h2, I just went to g4. This was not working, but knight g7 first, I lose. So I was lucky. Have I played Magnus? Yeah, online many times, over the board never. Okay, that was game 5 or 6. I think it was game 6. Yeah, that was game 6. Let's keep going. But this game I think was quite instructive for this Philidor structure with the early ed5 or ed4, which is given when we were black. Very often, if you get in the timely d5 with black in the Philidor, it can backfire quite badly for white. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I'll actually avoid this game. It's just that I've had this structure like 3 or 4 times already, where I played d6 and we got this Reti. We've already had this 3 or 4 times, and I don't really want. It's not really the point that I get the same structures over and over again. I have nothing against the opponent or the person, but I just want to get more instructive structures. So that's why I'll abort the game. And try to search for someone else. Maybe that's a problem because there are no other opponents. I don't know why is that. Okay, let's see. Now they abort me, which is more than fair. Somehow I have all the wins in this episode, which was definitely not deserved. Dark Aliahan, that's Stamatis Kurkulos from Greece. Oh, against e3 I should immediately go e5 and not knight f6. Anyway, so here I think what we said was to take immediately and then go g6. Basically you just claim that the bishop in h2 is quite dumb, and when you get in b6, bishop b7, your bishops are, and your position is quite like, okay, should I go a6 or a5 here? Probably a6, not 100% sure of all of this, but anyway, I have to do something. Now I get in knight e4, and this London bishop, it's just important that the structure stays like this. Then this London bishop stays really passive. And I'm a bit cramped, so I should trade some pieces, because when you have less space, you should trade something. Then your pieces have more air. I guess I should activate the queen first. Threaten checkmate, force bishop g3, or bishop f3, fine. And then go knight f6. At least that was my plan. Because had I immediately gone knight f6, it was also fine, but I want the queen a bit more active. Queen d5 is why I haven't played knight f6 yet. I'm just looking at the other option. If takes, I'll probably take with the rook, just to bring all the pieces into play as quickly as possible. You're Greek? Okay. Greetings to Greece. Kalimera Elada. Queen d5, there is knight e3, but maybe it's fine if I go queen c6 and just... Alternatively I can go rook e7, but it's okay. Let's go here. Or queen c6 or queen b7 I'll play next. Or this, but this one... Yeah, this one... Yeah, that was a good move actually by my opponent. Which is unsurprising considering he's a GM. Cannot go here in a good way. Maybe maybe I should still do it. Bishop h6, if queen f6 I take here, then I get the file. And if queen d5, knight d5, knight d4, I have f5. So I guess he should take on d5 and go knight f3. It's not much for me, but I definitely prefer black all the time just because of this bishop on h2, which I'm playing against for the whole game. I'm from Croatia. Okay, takes. I guess knight f3. Then knight c4. Also makes sense. So now after b5, what happens? Somehow I want to go b5. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll even include rook e1. Okay, here. And now I wanted to go b4. I can also take and go ba. Actually, I prefer this one now when I look at it, because I'll threaten a3 immediately. So he has to maybe go knight c4 back, or here. But now, first of all, I can go knight b6. Secondly, I can go here as well. This I like actually quite a lot. Knight c4, now I'll go here. And now, I guess I got the tempo, and I'll get... No, I won't get this. That's a problem. When I go here, I want to go a3. And then this checkmate threat is a problem. good. Because now if takes here, there is this. If this, he had to go some g3 or g4 was probably best, because then I don't have the checkmate threat yet. Now I do. Now I think it collapses immediately, honestly. I'm not sure what the move is. Okay, now I take here. Yes, rook e1 is best, right? Take. Then I promote next move. Okay, this was good. Don't play the London, it's not a good opening. e5, yeah, e g6. You get just very comfortable position, similar to some kind of a Petrov as well. The Petrov, where, for example, when you play e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, knight e5, d6, knight f3, knight e4, d3, knight f6, d4, g6, and then you get this line again. So I mean, because black is on the better side of equality for the whole game, and what's not to like with black. b5 was good, right? First take and go b5. And but knight e3 I would not consider, because you just lose a pawn. Or even bishop e3 and f5, it's so bad strategically. No, yeah, this was good actually. Now I got some tempo. Now g4 was, I think, best, right? g4 was not so easy to win, but now my opponent blundered a3, which I originally planned. Okay, I'm happy with this game. No, I do not play viewers, just as live 73, sorry. Okay, now we get London setups with white and black, which is good. Now you can see how to punish the London setup. And of course you can use the Chessable and YouTube commands, which are in the stream title, to see the whole Chessable course on 1d6 and all the previous parts of this workout, these 6 workouts. So let's go d3, and again we get this reversed Reti. Not much I can do about that. My opponents need to play differently, and yeah, I cannot change their openings, and I need to follow my own approach and what's suggested in the Chessable course. Like, also, if I change the approach, it also makes no sense. Guess I'll go queen h4 now. At least that's the main point of this whole thing. b2. I guess I'll get rid of that rook. f5 is potentially interesting. d4 is another possibility. This is more attacking, and this is more positional. e6 was usually wrong in these structures because of knight c4. Now, in this exact one, knight c4, d5. c5 will be hanging, but okay, this one you never play. No matter you're white or black, you never allow this. c4 is so logical. d5. If you go knight d6 maybe, then I want to go e5, and if d4 take and just go back. Yeah, this looks best to knight d6. Because it defends e4, so basically it nullifies d4, d4. So that's why I think I should do this. I'm not sure. Bullet, yeah, definitely. Bullet is a video game as much as it is chess. I still played it sometimes. I wasn't even that bad in it. So if we go e5, knight d5 is a problem again. Rook b7, then there is this one. This pawn is not of any particular value, so I'm not sure if I should defend it or not. It's kind of hard to find a useful move. Queen e1 is so ugly. Okay, c4 makes some sense because I want to go e5 and then there is no knight d5. Okay, I have to go for some things before I lose some time. So let's do this, queen c3, then I can take this, I think. And yeah, e5 now I definitely want to play. Now there's no more knight d5, which is a problem for the whole game. Yeah, no, can't I take? Queen c2, I just will here, I thought. Ah, maybe then there's knight e4, knight e4, queen e4, bishop f8, but it is an exchange, no? You can also go queen e1. So let's go rook e1. So here then they will go... No, they cannot go knight e4. I take, I go knight g5. It's checkmate. No, this doesn't work. This surely doesn't work. Yeah, this doesn't work. The pawn goes, he has a passed pawn. At which moment? So, yeah, this we've had so many times before. Queen h4 is logical. Rook b1 is wrong. Apparently, I have f5 immediately, really. f5 followed by bishop d1. Why? Like, I see the move and I still cannot explain why. Rook b1 is so logical because it gets rid of my opponent's active piece. Okay. Knight c4, knight d6. Yeah, here I spent almost a minute on this, but I do think I found the best move because, okay, d4 was an alternative, but after takes, I thought actually about d5, e5, knight e4, and I thought it's a bit dry, so I didn't do this. Apparently knight e7 is better, because then you want to go d5, and after e5 you have knight f5. This one I can understand. Queen a5, c4. Yeah, that was all good, but okay, it was logical as well. But yeah, I'm doing quite well with the structure. They're just not that familiar with it. Okay, I am playing weaker opponents than myself almost all the time, and there have not been opponents who played perfect games this session, so that also helps. What was this? 8 games. I guess I'll do 15 or so today again. And then I'll upload this part on YouTube, and next week I'll continue. Hello to the Birchwood. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. How many grandmasters are in Croatia? I'm not sure. About 25, I guess. $20-25, something like this. You can definitely check it out on FIDE. Maybe even 30. Anyway, a lot, because there is some kind of a tradition from in the former Soviet Union and the former Yugoslavia. Those two countries were always in the past. They had big chess tradition, and it remained for some time. So yeah, most of those countries have, including Croatia, a lot of GMs and some chess culture. Okay, now we get something we haven't gotten before, and I'm happy we got it. We got the Philidor and a4. I played the one with c6. There are two possibilities with to play with ed4 or with c6, the two lines we have given in the course. But usually I've been playing the one. With ed4, at least last session. So this time I'll change, so you see some different structures. Now we're following the main line. after bishop f4, bishop b6. And this is actually recommended by Wesley So in his chessable course against the Philidor, but objectively I think black is completely fine. After takes, they usually go e5, and then you go knight f7. They take here, because if they retreat the bishop, then you go d5, which is strategically always good. And now, this is the main line of the course, the Wesley So recommendation. This is all well known. And what white is playing for is the better structure. This is a weak pawn. But what black is playing for is this very nice knight and this bad knight. F3. Okay, bishop b6, there was stakes. I think this is the move you play against f3. Rook d1. What was the move now? I somehow forgot the line, but I didn't expect that in a random game they would play the main line for 20 moves. Fair enough. I'm not sure if h6 is the move. Maybe it's not. b3. You usually want the knight to go to f4, but in order to do that, it needs to traverse half of the board. So I'll send the knight on a long journey because the king is weak now. And there is some potential for the attack. The opponent wants to go here. Trade the queens. Very, very logical play. Maybe I should go here then. No, the f4 rook is hanging. But I don't want to allow this and the queen trade, because with the queens traded off, should have gone probably knight b6 and knight something like that. Now, as much as I hate doing it, I'll probably have to go back. Don't see any other options at this point, because I need to preserve the queen, and oh, there's even this, which I didn't see. This game, I got crushed. It still doesn't mean I'll lose it, but it's not going my way, that's for sure. Yeah, they were dominating back then. I need to check the course and see what I've done wrong, because the line is objectively fine, but somehow now it's not fine. We take queen d6. Now there is some pin and this hangs, and at least I'll defend stuff and not lose on the spot. Maybe knight b6 was also fine. Knight b6 I was a bit afraid of takes here. f5 I haven't seen at all. Lovely. f5, if I take rook f5, what happens then? Bishop e6 or what? No, rook e6, even worse. Didn't see it. Now I lose. Okay. But this was some next level play by my opponent. Queen f2. No, wait, there is some knight f6. Maybe it's not over on the spot somehow. Very surprising. Why there? Isn't this just good for me now? I'll have the... Just comes down to flagging now. No comment, but this is why we hate online chess, right? Anyway, let's see what actually matters. No, that's not the result, that's the line. So after following the main line, yeah, knight b6 is the move. h6 is already a waste of time. Should go knight b6. Only one move wrong and you got a new chess game. No, h6 was right. I remembered h6 was our b3, but now knight b6. It even crossed my mind that I should immediately. And after queen d2, suddenly it collapses. Wow. So now I should go here, and the knight needs to go to d5 at some point. Should d3, knight d5. Fair enough. But this was all so nicely played by white. f5 was wrong? Really? Queen e3. What's the difference? Ah, the rook is hanging. Makes sense. Knight e5. And this somehow was not losing. There was knight t5, I haven't seen that at all. And here I completely panicked, like I just forgot that there is queen f8 after king e7. I wanted to go king e7. b5 I'm apparently winning, which is very hard with 14 seconds of course, and then yeah, it's just a scramble. And then you see why we hate online chess, because my opponent deserved to win this one and he didn't win it. But okay. That's why I'll play it only once a week. Okay, this is Royce. In the last session I beat him twice. In the last session I beat him twice. He played something with g6, which was not very good against this. Now he plays to London, and again we're going to get the London. Again we're going to get the London setup against. But okay, with a tempo up, so queen e1, e4, all the normal stuff. Knight c6. This move is not familiar to me. I guess the point is to go knight b4. Then I'll stop it. Because e4, knight b4, I'm not sure what I would have played there. So I'll just stop this and play the normal stuff. But with the knight here and not the pawn, then e5 is not so efficient because I don't have knight c4, knight d6 anymore. And then with e5 maybe I do more damage, more harm than good, because I opened the bishop. What do they want now here? Okay, anyway, I'll go queen e2 and e5 if they go bishop f6, because this is a tempo now. No? No, it's not, because you can take and d2 is hanging in the end. e5, knight e5, bishop e5, knight e5, knight e5, bishop e5, queen e5, queen d2, queen c7, or bishop e7 first. I don't like it, so I'll take this first and then go e5 with queen f6, or maybe not, because I forgot that it's covered now. Lovely. Then we'll go knight c4. This knight c6 I'll have to study. It was not familiar to me, and apparently it's quite makes a lot of sense. Okay, I'll go here now. Queen e7. Yeah, my opponent is outplaying me, I think, in this game. I cannot move the knight and activate the bishop because there is knight d4, so I have to get rid of the rooks first, I guess. and then I'll be able to do it, maybe. And even there, his bishop and knight have more targets than my pieces. Maybe queen d2, at least that's what I planned. Queen d2, bishop f3, I take on d8, knight. Oh, okay. And if takes, bishop c2, I have bishop c6, but bishop g2 is a problem. Because then, after takes b5, I lose e5, so I'll probably have to take here. Which is at least not ideal, as I'll have a worse structure. But I don't think I'm lost either yet. Let's try to make use of the more active king. This is surprising because I'll get to c5 now. I expected my opponent to play c5. Now I'm not worse surely anymore. Knight b7, I'll go knight b3, knight c5. Oh, this one I didn't see. Here takes. I mean, I don't have much of a choice, do I? Is knight g4 a problem? I will lose a pawn. Okay, I'll stop it. And then I'll go queen king c5 and start pushing. Okay, I'll start pushing immediately then. Why not? And then at the right moment, play. I should dislodge this knight and then go king c6. Maybe knight d3 now. I'll probably lose this game on time though. Which is far from ideal. Let's try to play for a win. Go here. Knight d4 doesn't work. It's a problem. I could be winning though. Not 100% sure. No, I'm not winning. I'm even lost now. No. How did I manage to mess this up? Oh man. Oh man. I'm going to try your opening with white. It's not really something too special with d3, but with d6 it's better. But you can also buy the Chessable course. There's also a 30-day refund if you don't like it, so you can get your money back if you don't like it. So you can also buy it, see where it leads you. Yeah, maybe I was winning, I'm not sure. But this idea with the knight in c6 or with the knight in c3, maybe I should just play it slowly. Oh yeah, knight b8. The engine, very obvious, it says knight b8. And yeah, e4. I don't like the position somehow because I lost my strongest piece to bishop in b2. And this bishop in h7 is active. How does knight e1 work? Knight d4? How does this work? What am I not seeing? Ah, this one hangs in the end. Still, rook d3 allowing this, it was quite hard. So I traded the rooks, but this was just suffering. And fortunately I had knight a5, I didn't see it at first. So what have I done wrong actually? g4, h4. h4 and then what, knight d3 next? Is this the point, like some h5? Yeah, this is the point, and then you actually enter a winning pawn endgame. And here it was probably just drawn all the time. I thought I can play for a win, but I cannot. Should have just pushed the pawn and make a draw, but he would flag me anyway. But okay, and then I was just not in time with the king to make a draw. Fair enough. Yeah, h4 I also thought, but somehow I played h3 because I wanted to get the tempo. Because after h4 my opponent can do whatever they want, but somehow it doesn't even matter because they cannot move the knight and knight d3 comes next. But okay, I was low on time. It's hard to play endgames for me even in classical chess, and much less in Blitz. Okay, that was my first loss. Hello to Burn Drome. What happened in my game against Arjun? No, I didn't win. I made a draw against Arjun in the Bundesliga after a very big fight where I was probably lost, and then it was some very fighting endgame, but we both played it quite nicely. This time I won't play c6, I'll play d4, the second line we suggested in the course. Sorry, I didn't see that message before. This was a suggestion. No, it wasn't a Wesley suggestion, this one, against cd4. Hello to Infinity Life 90. Draw is good too. Yeah, Regaishi is good. We know that. So how to play this one? The immediate d5 comes to mind. Bishop d7 followed by c5, bishop c6 is kind of what you usually do in this line. And then put more pressure here and then break through with d5. So basically just enter. So basically just activate one more piece and then do it. Knight g3, it's probably a good idea. Now do I go knight e5 maybe and try to take the bishop? Just d5 is probably completely fine. d5 et takes. Actually I like it quite a lot now when I look at it in more detail, because he cannot take twice. He doesn't even want to take. Actually, this move I didn't see. So if I push, there is too much tactics in these blitz games in this early morning. Because c4 there is cd5, bishop d5. No, I don't like this. I have to go d4 no matter what. Let's go here. Now I guess my opponent should take, because otherwise I'll take knight d5. Is mastering the openings really well the way to break out of 2400 online? I'm not sure, honestly. Because you need tactical vision. You really need tactical vision. So wait, knight e4 maybe, right? No, then there is bishop e7, knight e7, bishop e4, knight d6 again. So h6 or what? No, h6, now I blunder knight d6 again. Okay. I'm starting to get tired. This is what also happened in the last session. I played quite well for some time, and then I just started blundering stuff. Because I got too tired. And I should go g4 probably. Don't really understand my opponent's play, honestly, but maybe it's fine still. Oh no, I should not have done this. I have 6 seconds, and anyway, I'm losing the game. It's funny that they don't even want to win on the position, but just want to win on time, and now they made a draw by repetition because of this. Okay. Oh man. But they had a great position out of the opening, that's for sure. What have I done wrong? So the opening is not the problem, obviously. So I should just be more brave and not scared. No. Knight f4. No, it's not that I need to be not scared. I need to see tactics. I was correctly scared of this, because their light squares are so weak. But I didn't see tactics. Always look for attacks on high valued pieces, the king included. And then after this, there is quite a lot of counterplay because of the bishop pair and the active pieces of white. The opening worked well in my favor, but yeah, somehow this was working. But I didn't see. I actually saw this, but I didn't see. I saw the queen sack, but I didn't see. I thought I'll just lose. Apparently, I have something like this, which is really funny. That is actually winning for me. And okay, of course, I'm lost in the end, but I have 5 seconds on the clock, and then my opponent makes a repetition with 1 minute 30 seconds, which is, yeah, it is what it is. Okay, the middle game, it's part of the opening. There is truth to that, because the rising middle game structure is always defined by the opening, so you should definitely know the plans in the middle game. Yeah, he wanted to flag and made the same moves. So excited to flag. Yeah, that's online chess. Doesn't matter. Hello to Anjesh. Anjesh, do you like the course? That was 11 games. Okay, I was losing some games, then I won them. I was winning some games, I lost them, and yeah, the result is as it is. Okay, maybe we get some kings Indian. Now we get b3. Okay, I'll still try to make this. Yeah, now we transpose after b5 into the course. And after this one, Anders, did we give, what did we give in the course? c6 or d5? I think it was c6 here. And then take. And then you usually follow up with a5, bishop a6. And the whole point of this stuff with b5 is you just want to control c4 and develop quickly. And this is relatively efficient against this system. I'll go a4. I'm not sure if it's good, but oh, blundering tactically because the queen covers the knight. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I'm getting tired. Maybe I should even end after this game, no matter how it ends. Because when you're tired, it's not really, there's no real point in playing, right? And now I hope for this one, and knight b6. Because now he has to trade the knight, and then at least get some play, attack the bishop. d4 is a bit loose after c5 and so on. It's not great, but it's something, I guess. Now I'll go here. Queen a6 I'll move after rook b1. a4. I'll go rook a6 now. I'll try to double and attack the pawn. I think the light squared bishops will get off the board sooner or later after the dark squared bishops will get off the board sooner or later after c5, and then this could be loose. Rook a8. And now this could fall, and I might survive. At least I hope so. I don't feel like ending immediately after 12 games, because this series is once per week, so I feel like I should play a bit more for the viewers. But then again, if the last 3 games I'm just not seeing things. Yeah, bishop h3. Now I have knight e5 though, because c4 hangs and knight f3 is a threat. So I think I'll go for this, and if takes, then although it will be opposite colored bishops, I'll take a5, and like when I get bishop d4 in, I didn't see this move. Great. Just great. Oh, I'm so bad. Then I'll go h5, as much as I hate it, and then try to go knight g4, giving up this h pawn but getting a5 and hoping that my opponent's exposed king could make a difference. My opponent will play f5 or e5 and go for an all-out assault, and I need to do something in the meantime. No, queen f8 is a problem. Why did they put the rook here? There's no need for this. Could have put it on any other square. What a disaster by me. Now I probably get checkmated, right? Not much I can do there. Yeah, what's there to think about? It's mate 2. Like, why to think here? Guess they want to enjoy that I'm so paralyzed that they cannot make a move, or what? Doesn't matter. Come on, rook h7, what's the big deal? Just win the game. There are like million wins you can do. Sorry. So the problem, what was the problem? After the opening, the position was probably good. What, bishop e6 is the best. Yeah, and here, okay, if I blunder a pawn and move 10, then something's wrong with me, that's for sure. But I did get a good position later on. I should just trade. Take bishop c3, play knight f6, then they go some e5 or what, or bishop g2, doesn't matter, and just play the position. And I play smart with this and blunder queen e2 again. And if I keep missing the most obvious moves, then of course I will lose the game. And then, like, I don't know why they don't want to give mate in 2, but they just continue the game, but it doesn't matter. Okay, I'll play 2 more. No, 3 more. Okay, let's make it 15 games. We'll play 3 more. And apologies in advance, because I will surely blunder a lot, as I have thus far. So not sure how instructive it will be. Verde notte, Gawain Jones. Good luck, Gawain. Let's see if Gawain can make something work against the Philidor. This line is not particularly dangerous. After e6, bishop e7. But it's still playable, of course, for white. They want to go for some kind of an attack here. Playing the Grand Prix style. e5. That one I guess I should take and go knight g4. It's a bit dangerous too. Anyway, I live for danger, so if I didn't live for danger, I wouldn't be playing d6 against everything. So if queen e2, then I'm gonna go a6. I think I still remember this from the course. And then if bishop takes h3, there is some takes. Queen e1 doesn't make that much of a difference, I think. Go a6, and then if they go here, you go b5. And here, I think there is this, and followed by queen d4. I think I remembered this. Analyzed. Or was it h5 maybe? h5, h3 first. Okay, maybe it was this first, because then after takes queen d4, king h1, I don't have to move the knight at all. I just don't remember all that much. It would be nice to trap the queen with bishop h4. Unfortunately, there is this. Check. And now I guess long castles. I guess, because this is hanging and this is not a problem anymore. And now maybe I want to take an e5. It does take this. Maybe I hallucinated something again. I thought this doesn't work, but I don't know why. Because queen e5, there is the normal bishop f4, and rook f8, queen e6, king b8, or this rook, probably. King b8, bishop d2 or what? I don't know, actually. Let's just play, because I hate playing on instinct. I always tell to my students, don't play on instinct. Because, especially in tactics, because it can backfire badly. But now I have to play for instinct, because I'm tired and I don't see things. Bishop d2. I guess knight f2, but king h2, I'm not sure then what. Go back maybe. Because if takes, I'll repeat once. Yeah, he doesn't want to repeat, obviously. Maybe he knows how tired I am. So if rook f2, knight e4. I have to take with the queen then. There is not much more than a draw here, right? Maybe I should defend stuff first anyway. I don't know. It's too little time. No, he outplayed me again. Now I'm paralyzed basically, and he can do rook f1, rook f8, or whatever else he wants. Or knight c7. It's also a good move. But now, at least it's not that clear, I guess. I get some counterplay. Who knows how much, but some. Yeah. That was a wrong move, that's for sure. I'm not lost anymore. That's the good news. Bad news, I have 18 seconds. I'm faster, no? Maybe much faster. I didn't deserve to win this game, but what to do? I also didn't deserve to lose against Royce. Sorry that I was just too long time against Gawain to answer to the chat. It's so enjoyable to watch you play. I appreciate the nice words. I'm named the danger. Yeah, of course, Sasha. How are you doing, Sasha? The international masters are here. Hello to Genoa Chess. Welcome. True, I've been a bit inactive. I've seen your streams sometimes. Hope you're doing well. I was way more focused on coaching and playing over the board chess, but now, after publishing the Chessable course, I'm also doing a weekly series playing the course lines. Hello to Lach75. Welcome. Yeah, good game. Gawain, maybe I should have accepted a rematch, but in general I want to analyze every single one of these games. So, it was knight g4 first, and then knight h6. I shouldn't... This is what we gave, right? Just 1 second, I want to check this in the course. Honestly, because this is a sideline which can be very dangerous. Shevchenko played this, Gawain Jones played this. Shevchenko was playing e5, Gawain was playing bishop b5, and this is mentioned. But I just want to quickly check. So bishop b5, bishop d7, castle e6. No, it was e5 was not given. Yeah, we didn't mention e5 here. Why? Okay, how to update the course maybe. Yeah, okay, you can definitely write. Of course, you have many knowledge about many different structures. You overslept? No worries, Adrian. Use the YouTube command. This part will be there quite quickly. Yeah, so now after knight g4, I somehow remembered that this exists, but apparently it doesn't. So, memory fades as well. Queen d4 blunder. I guess okay, I should take, but it didn't look too right to take, honestly. Queen d4 and long castles, now it's just bad apparently, and bishop d2. This was wrong, I should just take, because usually when this structure is here and the queen and the knight are attacking it, I've had a game against GM Pop recently, Gabor, in the Hungarian league, where I had this and was just doing this and it was a perpetual, nothing more. I should have just remembered this and not I don't have to defend the check. Why would I defend if it's only a perpetual? And yeah, okay, he didn't have to. He could have gone, I think, rook f1 here. And then rook f... just king h2 first, so there is no check, prophylactic, and then rook f8. Because the rook on a1 is his worst placed piece, he should activate that. And okay, here... yeah, there was quite a lot of counterplay. In the end I was actually faster. Somehow I won. Do you want to play match against me? 3 + 0 first to 3. Winner gets 20 subs. I mean, I'm not an affiliate or partner, so you cannot give subs to me. But you can. But I can give subs to you. That's for sure. Obviously, I beat you easily. Who knows? Who knows? If you've been studying a lot and working a lot, maybe it's not clear. Especially the way I played today. Maybe we can play. Maybe we can play some other day, or send me a message to schedule it. Maybe. Yeah, maybe January can buy the course instead of doing the subs. It's much cheaper than the subs actually. Anyway, let's keep going. So this I've had reversed against Mamedyarov 2 days ago. Reversed with black. And I lost like a jerk. Now when they spend so much time here, I'm very tempted to go for the early f5. Really. Seems like such a weird play because it neglects development. I want to open up the position because black neglects development. Let's go here and then knight d5. Or maybe take here. Or bishop g5. Take and go here. I want to attack. Do I play on chess.com? I used to, but Title Tuesdays were bringing me, I've said this so many times, a lot of negative emotions and very little positive ones, so I just closed the account on chess.com and stopped playing. Maybe I'll go back one day, but that day is not in the near future, I think, at least. Why can't give to sub? Yeah, let's do it sometime. So the thing is, I'm not a Twitch partner or affiliate. I don't do this for profit. All my streams are like not for profit. They just, you cannot give subs, bits, or anything. I just do it for fun and for people to learn something. That's it. And look at it as if I was a charity organization or non-profit organization. I earn from leagues, playing and coaching, and so on. And this I just do for fun because I do it very rarely anyway. So queen e7 followed by knight e5 is relatively tempting. It helps development, and there is maybe rook d2 in the end. It should be completely winning for me. Somehow. How? That's a better question. Okay, I'll do it anyway. I'm not sure what else to do. I couldn't find a great move. Yeah, okay, send me a private message on Twitch, or somewhere. I don't know. Okay, can I take this? I wanted knight c6, but I forgot the rook is hanging. How's life going? I just returned from the Bundesliga session. I drew Alireza, and now this weekend I lost against Mamedyarov, and I lost against Mamedyarov, and I drew against Terigaishi with 1d6, so... The Philidor, not birds. King's Indian. It's not the modern. The King's Indian, the Philidor. And against c4, what you've seen. Can do 10 different things, I think, here. Yeah, this looks normal. Then take f7. I'm still a pawn up, and for pawn up, my opponent has a passive position. So let's attack them with everything we have. Take this as well. Could have taken f7, but this is more than enough, I think. Maybe this was a bit sloppy. I didn't have to do it like this. Doesn't matter. Bishop b7, there is always rook e2. Let's go here. I haven't played it in the best way, that's for sure. Let's go knight e4. There's knight d6 now. This is what I was hoping for. Now it should be relatively clean. I'll cut off the king so there is no counterplay. And now I can start pushing the pawns down the board, and it should be quite cleanly winning. Let's go here. 6. Let's go here. Go back. And we'll take this as a win. Yeah, also ads, but it's just for fun. I don't do this for professionally, for a living or something. I just do it for fun. So yeah, I was very tempted for f5 and just to attack, because my opponent spent a lot of time seizing space and didn't castle or neglected the king's safety. So yeah, I actually wanted to play knight c3 here, not a4. And just try to open up everything in front of the king. The engine says it's equal, but I think it's very hard to play for black objectively. And after e5, I think it just opened things up. Bishop h5 is very nice, actually. Bishop h5, he cannot take, and f7 just falls, and I win. I basically win. And here, okay, it was still winning, but not that clean. But I think it was fine. Here, I messed up a little bit. Probably. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe it was all fine. Maybe it was too winning to screw up. Okay. This may be going to be the last game. Also depends on what I get. I get the English rat. Maybe they've seen the game I lost against Mamediaro and want to play this again. No, they haven't. Okay, this whole system is very, very... usually I take with the bishop. Then I'm gonna go c6 to nullify this bishop. And then you just put the pieces on the normal squares. And black, there is absolutely nothing wrong with black's position. Let's go here and then rook d8. This bishop is here, like I have more space, the knight is not ideally placed either. Okay, I guess I'll just trade stuff. The endgame is equal, but I'm not worse with black, and what else can you ask for? To get a fighting position. Then to get a fighting position. I was in affiliate before, but it just ended the affiliate agreement. It didn't mean much to me. I'll go king f7. I'm not too scared of takes. This one, maybe now I should take. I'm not sure, let's try it. So takes will run into this, and if g4, I'm just gonna go here. And even though I have this pawn, I think it could be quite good for me when I get to knight c5, a5. And I think my opponent's pawns could be loose in some endgames. And my king is more active, which is also a big factor, I think. Okay, I'll go here. I'm allowing knight e4, which is maybe not ideal, but it will knight b4 and a4. Not sure. Now I can go a4, no? This hangs. Now we get the preferable structure at least. Or I don't. No, I don't. I don't get anything actually. Oh well. Then it's probably going to be relatively drawish. I'm not gonna win this one, am I? I might even lose it if I'm not careful. Just 1 second. This was my idea, but g5 doesn't work because oh boy, now I'll lose this game as well. But this is a very strange player, in my opinion. Can't guess any move by them. And now I'm just suddenly lost, even though I had a great position. But fair enough. Sometimes when... yeah, okay, never mind. Probably just lose very easily now. Bishop f7 and can resign to clear conscience. Of course they see it. I'll just try to blitz out all the moves now. This is the only chance I have. It's not much of a chance. 94. Or this one as well. I could have taken an f3. Why didn't I do that? Yeah, I don't care for this affiliate. Yeah, this is a very strange player, honestly. They just played the opening in a heartbeat, get a worse position, and then they outplay. Very strange. But okay. This is like completely equal. Then I thought a4 is good, in fact a4 is not good. Then when I got too greedy I played h5, I blundered, and this was probably a mouse flip because bishop e4 wins, and then I just didn't see it. I already gave up because, yeah, not much you can do. Very strange game. Very, very strange game. Ah, you want to play, Sasha? Oh. Kramnik on the way report? No, I'm not saying that it's a cheater, but it's just a very, like... They blitz out the opening, get the worst position with white, and just outplay you. I don't know. Let's play against Sasha. Doesn't mean it's a cheater. It doesn't mean, but the play, it's just a very, very strange play. Like, comparing it with GM play or master play. It's just very, very strange to me. But again, as I've said so many times before, you never know who or what you're playing in online chess. That's why I don't do it. That's why I stopped playing Title Tuesdays. That's why it's just not my thing. That's why I don't care about the results. So yeah, now I'm playing kind of a similar, again similar to, it's not really a reverse Reti, but something like that. And okay, after long castles there will be a big fight ahead. I'll start sacrificing stuff quite quickly. And my opponent will too, trying to go for some g5s or whatever. I guess they go a5, knight a5, e5. No, my opponent doesn't even care. Just goes g5. But this is what we love, right? Big fight. Titled players having a big fight. Okay, e5. I have to go, I guess. Take, knight e5. Knight e5, bishop e5, and then I'll see whether to go knight f3, d4, bishop g4, which I'll probably play. My opponent is considering bishop e5. Obviously. Yeah, it doesn't do that. I guess bishop g4, because I gain a tempo. But still, this knight is a bit passive. Queen c6, I still always have this. Bishop d4, or rook d4. It's a nice one. Now I guess I have to take, because this one hangs. I didn't see rook d4. Funny. I have to do something, right? So let's do something. I have some nice ideas. Of course, my opponent can go queen c6 or something, but then I'm at least gonna... No, queen c6, there is g4. It's a problem. And if I take, bishop takes, and I'll take then. g4 is now covered. Of course, the pin is still a huge problem, and I'm probably lost, but maybe queen e4 can get me out of some problems. No, it won't get me. There is this. And then he can go g4. No, not g4, but move the... Oof. Queen e4. Why did I play this move? Just go bishop f7. Come on. My reel is so bad in chess. No, I don't think so. I think I'm just tired, honestly. .95, right? Oof. What do I play? Give me a move, chat. That was not it. I need to get rid of the b7 bishop, that's the top priority. He wants a draw. No draw. We play for a win. We lose, but we play for a win. You've seen my username. Come on. So before the rematch, I want to analyze the game. So yeah, this system is quite solid for both sides, and then you get just a big fight ahead. Apparently e5 was working. I calculated e5, but I wasn't sure why it works. Apparently d4. Okay. e5 again. Now it's even better apparently. I still don't understand why. And now because of knight g5. Yeah, d4 again. So d4, because now I allowed d4, and I didn't see rook d4. Without rook d4, maybe it wouldn't be. This was a great move. Check, knight f3. So h5 is winning. Here I should go bishop f7, but then there was g4. And this may, I think Sasha forgot that this is hanging. Somehow, okay, it was still a huge fight, and now with 5 seconds we both blundered everything. But yeah, what I need to remember about the opening is in these structures that e5, the pawn sack can be very dangerous. Just the c6 is, this c6 pawn is very weak if the bishop goes there. Had like 3 heart ached, you mean heart attacks during that game, yeah. Brave play by me or crazy play? Probably both. Yeah, from completely winning to worse in one move. It happens. You've seen what happened to me. You've seen what happened to me in half of the games. You blunder, but who cares? It's blitz. Over the board is what matters. And this is only practice for over the board. This is the last game. No, actually it's not. I said that I'll play a rematch against Sasha. Okay. In the end, I'm again playing... Yeah, okay, I'll play a3 here when I was... Because here I have this position with... In the course, when it's reversed, you have nothing. You have no a3 nor nothing. And you have this position. Oh wait, this one doesn't bode well, right? To go here. Now I have a3. Usually I don't have a3. So it's maybe a bit harder, but now probably b4 immediately is good, no? I think so, at least. Okay. Hello to Shellingford. All the international masters are here. My chat has always been relatively high rated. d4 was also an idea, by the way. Okay, this one, now after queen a4, this throws an additional problem, so if you can get a tempo, you usually should, so I'll play this. Even these reverse, the reverse systems, if you have the course, if you study the course, and you get the reverse system, then it's even better, of course. You have your tempo up. Okay, so here, I thought I can take, but let me check. Because rook a8, there is queen c7, that doesn't work. But does some knight d7 work? Bishop g7, rook a8, I can take queen a8, that's fine. But queen a7, knight d7, take, king takes. Can I escape with the queen? Maybe I cannot. Maybe that's the clever point of my opponent. Interesting. In that case, I'm gonna go b5 first. And then, sorry, and then after bishop 8 I'll take. Then there is no more this square, right? No, there is this c4. Bishop g2 take. I think it's fine, but I'm not sure. d4 I'm pretty sure is fine after bishop f6 and knight e4. Let me just see. Knight a4 is not so good. Okay, I'll take them. The queen is hanging, obviously taking is a necessity, and then I play knight e4. My opponent moves bishop e7 probably, and then I'm in time to escape with the queen. And bishop e4 covers the square. So I got out of it tactically. a4, there's f5, and then takes here, or is there? Okay. a4, f5, knight d2 takes rook 8, queen b7. Should be good. Rook c7, there's always queen b6, because then otherwise I get in a5 and queen b6 and then I'm winning. So this probably works. Now f5, Clever. No game is over until the last move has been played. We know that very well. If you can get your queen trapped, you usually should. Lovely. Now I actually trapped it, right? Because I forgot about rook f7 possibility. And now I just lose the game. Okay, but I'm not gonna end with this kind of a stupid loss. Not happy. I'm not happy. So what went wrong? I had such an amazing position with the opening. My heart rate is 175 apparently. So I should just not try to be smart, because I'm not, and just get the queen back, tango a4, a5. Sasha, 1 second, I'll accept after I analyze the game. Then f. Is it really so easy? Yeah, it is. It's actually so easy. It's actually so easy. And with this one, we're going to end the stream, that's for sure. But the main point is that out of the opening we had a great position once again, and the course proved 5 not winning after a4. Probably go f5, a5. I'm not sure. I'll get back to that. Okay, Sasha. Let's see which Philidor line you choose. This one. Fair enough. This is what I had against GM Jonas Bjerre, strong Danish player. He didn't play bishop f3 though. He played f3 and followed the main line. Okay, I guess I should go c6 anyway. Bishop on f3 looks dumb, but there are some ideas with a6 and then taking on c6 and d5 in some combination, but a6 usually go queen c7 and just cover everything, wait for ab, bishop b7, and no harm done. Or you pretend there is no harm done. Bishop f4. I guess I'll go here, put more pressure. Rook e1, logical. Now, how do I play this? 96 or what? 96 I don't really want to play. I did something wrong, I think. But I'm not sure what. Okay, I'll play h6 instead. There are some ideas with g5, g4, knight e4. And the loop for the king I think I'll need sooner or later. So it's like kind of a prophylactic move. Then I'll decide what to do later on. e5. So is it better for white now? Because of this pawn, maybe? Could be. I am under some pressure. I guess bishop d7 is logical. If we go knight d7, bishop g3, then put my piece in a more passive square. So we'll go bishop d7, finish the development, then knight e6 maybe later, and a6. What I should take now? Does this work tactically? Knight c6, bishop c6, bishop c6, queen d1. That doesn't work. No, it works. No, it doesn't work. I like to calculate, but now I'm exhausted. So let's just see what happens. I've studied chess for only 1 hour today while I was able to study for 2. Is that bad? Depends on your life priorities. Yeah, it could be good because of this pin in the end. Like knight c6, bishop takes, pawn takes, rook a6, there is queen d1. I'll try to prove what I mean. No. Takes. Yeah, okay, this is definitely a possible alternative. But now the rook on a6 will not be ideally placed. And I can also go here. Let's get a tempo first. Ah, it's rook e1. Which I didn't see. Maybe my opponent didn't see it either. Bishop c5, knight e4. If I wasn't so tired, it would be better. Bishop b4 is obviously good. Is there something better? On knight e4 I have queen e5s, so should do it. Rook f1 is a must, yes. Then maybe bishop d4. Now I cover all the squares and I can take this whenever I want. Maybe double the rooks first somewhere. Rook e1. Oof, this tactic actually... No, I had some other idea at first after queen d1, but I can just take this is defended. Queen d4. Go here, I guess. Yeah, so my original idea was bishop c3 is of course I'm winning on the spot, but I wanted to play which one did I want to play? Don't even remember now. This one. And then after takes, play rook e1, queen d3, but it doesn't... No, it does work. How does it work? Ah, it works because of this. Yeah, this is what I originally planned. Yeah, so... Okay, bishop f3, that's also a possible line. I remember it. After castles, rook e8. What have I done wrong, actually? Knight cd7. Then knight e5. Route this knight, because the bishop is on f3, so you get a tempo and you get it to g6. Makes a lot of sense, actually. h6 was not that bad either. I usually don't believe, whenever white plays e5, I don't believe in these positions, honestly, because it's relatively symmetrical and the pieces are exploited. And now suddenly it doesn't work. Tactics don't work. Yeah, bishop f2. Who would play that? Okay, thanks for the game, Sasha. With that, I'm going to end today's session of 1d6 workout. I would like to thank everyone who tuned in, and to everyone for sticking around. I'll be back next week. I'll be back next week for another session, and yeah. After rook a d8, probably, I'm not sure, but you can analyze, surely. I also need to go now. Let me see who to rate you to. Nobody I'm following is live. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. Or I'll just rate the first person. Same as last time. I'll rate the same person then. The first person on my list. So this part will be on YouTube later today, and I wish everyone a great day. Don't forget to buy the course and learn 1d6, and thanks again. Bye.